Yes, an arc fault circuit interrupter, or AFCI, can indeed trip due to motor load, especially with devices like vacuum cleaners. The reason behind this lies in the fundamental design of AFCIs. These devices are specifically engineered to detect and interrupt electrical arcs, which are unintended discharges of electricity that can occur in wiring or electrical devices. In the context of a vacuum cleaner, the brushes within the motor can generate small electrical arcs during normal operation. These arcs, although typically harmless, can be sensed by the AFCI. If the AFCI perceives these arcs as a potential hazard, it will trip, effectively cutting off power to the vacuum cleaner. Several factors can contribute to an AFCI tripping when a motor is in use. Firstly, the type of motor plays a significant role. Universal motors, commonly found in vacuum cleaners and other small appliances, are inherently more prone to producing arcs compared to other motor types. Secondly, the load on the motor is crucial. A motor operating under a heavy load is more likely to generate arcs than one that is lightly loaded. This is because a higher load demands more current, which can exacerbate arcing at the brushes. Thirdly, the overall condition of the motor is a determining factor. A motor that is in poor condition or has worn brushes will invariably produce more arcing. Worn brushes, in particular, create a less consistent contact with the motor's commutator, leading to increased arcing. If you encounter an AFCI tripping when using a motor-driven appliance like a vacuum cleaner, there are several troubleshooting steps to consider. Firstly, try resetting the AFCI. The AFCI typically has a reset button that you can press to restore power to the circuit. If the AFCI trips immediately again, it suggests a persistent issue. Secondly, attempt to reduce the load in the motor. If you are using the appliance on a circuit with other devices, try unplugging some of them to lessen the overall load. This can help to reduce the amount of current drawn by the motor, potentially mitigating the arcing. Thirdly, carefully inspect the motor itself. If you observe any signs of damage, such as frayed wires or excessive sparking, or if the brushes appear worn, it is advisable to seek professional assistance from a qualified electrician. A damaged or worn motor poses a safety hazard and should be addressed promptly. If you have diligently followed these steps and the AFCI continues to trip, it may indicate a problem with the AFCI unit itself. In such cases, it is prudent to consult with a qualified electrician to assess the AFCI and determine if replacement is necessary. It is important to note that AFCIs are designed to protect against specific types of electrical faults. They are not intended to protect against overload conditions or short circuits, which are typically handled by standard circuit breakers. AFCIs are particularly effective at detecting low-level arcing faults that may not be readily apparent but can pose a significant fire hazard. The sensitivity of an AFCI can vary depending on the manufacturer and model. Some AFCIs are more prone to nuisance tripping than others, especially in older homes with aging wiring. In these situations, it may be necessary to adjust the sensitivity of the AFCI or consider replacing it with a different model. When dealing with electrical issues, safety should always be the top priority. If you are uncomfortable working with electrical wiring or unsure about any aspect of the troubleshooting process, it is best to enlist the services of a qualified electrician. They have the expertise and tools to diagnose and resolve electrical problems safely and effectively. When an AFCI trips, it is crucial to address the underlying cause rather than simply resetting the breaker repeatedly. Repeatedly resetting an AFCI without addressing the root problem can mask a potentially dangerous condition and increase the risk of fire. Furthermore, it's important to understand the different types of AFCIs available. There are branch/feeder AFCIs, which protect the entire circuit, and outlet branch circuit AFCIs, which protect only the outlets downstream from the device. The type of AFCI required depends on the specific application and local electrical codes. In many jurisdictions, AFCIs are required in new construction and renovations to enhance electrical safety. These requirements are often based on the National Electrical Code, or NEC, which provides comprehensive guidelines for electrical installations. When selecting an AFCI, it is essential to choose a product that is listed by a recognized testing laboratory, such as Underwriters Laboratories, or ALL. This listing ensures that the AFCI has been tested and meets established safety standards. Additionally, it is advisable to consult with a qualified electrician to determine the appropriate type and size of AFCI for your specific needs. Proper installation of the AFCI is also crucial for its effective operation. The AFCI should be installed by a qualified electrician in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions and all applicable electrical codes. This will help to ensure that the AFCI functions correctly and provides the intended level of protection. In summary, the tripping of an AFCI due to a motor load, such as a vacuum cleaner, is a common occurrence that can be attributed to the arcing of the motor brushes. By understanding the factors that contribute to this phenomenon and following the recommended troubleshooting steps, you can effectively address the issue and maintain a safe electrical environment. Remember to prioritize safety and consult with a qualified electrician if you have any doubts or concerns. When dealing with electrical circuits, it is always wise to exercise caution and seek professional guidance when needed. In addition to the arcing of brushes and motors, other sources of electrical arcs can trigger an AFCI. These include loose connections in wiring, damaged insulation, and faulty electrical devices. AFCIs are designed to detect these arcs, which can generate heat and potentially ignite nearby combustible materials. The sensitivity of an AFCI is calibrated to detect even small arcs that may not be readily visible or audible. This sensitivity is essential for preventing electrical fires before they start. However, it can also lead to nuisance tripping in some cases, especially in older homes with outdated wiring. One way to mitigate nuisance tripping is to ensure that all electrical connections are tight and secure. Loose connections can create resistance, which can generate heat and arcing. Regularly inspecting and tightening electrical connections can help to prevent this issue. Another preventative measure is to replace any damaged or worn electrical cords and devices. Damaged insulation can expose conductors, leading to arcing and potential shock hazards. Replacing these items can significantly reduce the risk of electrical problems. In some cases, the type of lighting used in a home can also contribute to AFCI tripping. Fluorescent lights, for example, can generate electrical noise that may interfere with the operation of the AFCI. Switching to LED lighting, which is more energy efficient and produces less electrical noise, can sometimes resolve this issue. Furthermore, it's crucial to ensure that the electrical system is properly grounded. Grounding provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, which can help to trip the circuit breaker or AFCI in the event of a fault. An improperly grounded electrical system can increase the risk of electrical shock and fire. Regular electrical inspections by a qualified electrician can help to identify and correct any grounding issues. These inspections can also uncover other potential electrical hazards, such as overloaded circuits and improper wiring. By addressing these issues proactively, you can improve the safety and reliability of your electrical system. When troubleshooting AFCI tripping, it's helpful to keep a record of when and how often the AFCI trips. This information can assist an electrician in diagnosing the problem and determining the best course of action. It's also important to provide the electrician with details about the electrical devices that were in use when the AFCI tripped. This can help to narrow down the potential causes of the tripping. In some cases, the AFCI may be tripping due to a combination of factors. For example, a loose connection combined with a heavily loaded circuit could create the conditions necessary for an AFCI trip. A thorough inspection of the electrical system is often required to identify all of the contributing factors. Once the cause of the AFCI tripping has been identified, the appropriate repairs can be made. These repairs may involve tightening connections, replacing damaged wiring or devices, or upgrading the electrical panel. In some cases, it may be necessary to install additional circuits to reduce the load on existing circuits. By addressing the underlying causes of AFCI tripping, you can ensure the safety and reliability of your electrical system and prevent future problems. It's also important to educate yourself and your family about electrical safety. This includes teaching children about the dangers of electricity and how to avoid electrical hazards. It also means being aware of the signs of electrical problems such as flickering lights, burning smells, and warm outlets. By taking these precautions, you can help to protect your home and family from electrical hazards. Remember, electricity is a powerful force that should be treated with respect. Always follow safety guidelines and seek professional assistance when dealing with electrical issues. The NEC is a comprehensive set of standards that provides guidance on safe electrical practices. It is updated every 3 years to reflect the latest technological advancements and safety concerns. Local electrical codes are often based on the NEC, but they may also include additional requirements that are specific to the local area. When performing electrical work, it's essential to comply with all applicable electrical codes. This will help to ensure that the work is done safely and correctly. It's also important to obtain the necessary permits before starting any electrical work. Permits ensure that the work is inspected by a qualified electrical inspector to verify that it meets code requirements. In addition to the NEC and local electrical codes, there are other organizations that provide guidance on electrical safety. These include the Electrical Safety Foundation International, or AFCI, and the National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA. These organizations offer resources such as training materials, safety tips, and publications. By staying informed about electrical safety, you can help to prevent electrical accidents and protect your home and family. Remember, electrical safety is a shared responsibility. By working together, we can create a safer electrical environment for everyone. If you're unsure about any aspect of electrical safety, don't hesitate to consult with a qualified electrician. They can provide you with expert advice and guidance. They can also perform electrical inspections to identify and correct any potential hazards. By taking these steps, you can ensure that your electrical system is safe and reliable. In conclusion, the tripping of an AFCI on a motor load, especially a vacuum cleaner, is a common issue that can be attributed to the arcing of the brushes. By understanding the factors that contribute to this phenomenon and following the recommended troubleshooting steps, you can effectively address the issue and maintain a safe electrical environment. Always prioritize safety and consult with a qualified electrician if you have any doubts or concerns.